Hi, in this video we will solve the first problem of the new list of Matlab exercises. We have to write a Matlab function called getInfo that computes the number of positive, negative, and null coefficients of a given matrix A. A coefficient is considered null if in absolute value it is smaller than the absolute value of a prescribed tolerance. The function will get two input parameters. The first one will be the matrix A and the second one that prescribes a tolerance, and three output parameters that will be the positive, negative, and null coefficients. The problem also says us to test our function against this matrix with this prescribed tolerance, that means 5 exact significant digits, and also to check it against this other matrix with a prescribed tolerance of 3 exact significant digits. In order to speed up this video, I already wrote the main script, which is this one here. Okay, the basic idea is that we use first the clear and CLC commands to clear the workspace and the command window each time we run the code. Then we set the matrix A, that is composed of 4 rows and 5 columns. Please note that after each row we write a semicolon. Okay, and then we call the getInfo function. Again, the input parameters of the function will be the matrix A and the prescribed tolerance, and the output parameters will be the number of positive coefficients, the number of negative coefficients, and the number of null coefficients. Both of them in that order. Finally, we write the number of positive, negative, and null coefficients using this format. Specifically, we use 3 digits for each one of these quantities, and please note that we also use the \n to move the cursor to new line each time we write something. In the second part of the main script, we write again the new values of the matrix A, in this case 5 rows, 4 columns. We set the new value of the tolerance, which is 3 significant digits, and again we call the getInfo function and we write the number of positive, negative, and null coefficients. So now the only thing that we have to do is to write this function getInfo. So that we create a new script. The first sentence of the script must be function. Okay, to set that this is a function. Now we have to write the output parameters. I'll call them num pos, num nec, and num null. That will be then the equal and the name of the function, getInfo, and now a variable called A, that is the matrix, and the tolerance. Okay, so now the first thing that we will do is to set an initial value to num pos, num nec, and num null, that this initial value must be 0. Okay, so num pos will be 0, num nec will be also 0, and finally num null will be 0. Then we have to compute the size of matrix A, and we do so by using the built-in function size. So we can write something like num row num col equal, between brackets, equal to size of matrix A. Please remember that Matlab is case sensitive, so the matrix A must be in capital letters because we wrote A here with a capital letter. So then what we will do is to loop on the number of rows. For each row, loop on the number of columns, and then for each coefficient, check if it is 0, it is bigger than 0 or smaller than 0. And please keep in mind that a coefficient is 0 if the coefficient in absolute value is smaller than the absolute value of the prescribed tolerance. So then what we will do is loop on for I equals to 1 until num rows. Okay. And I close this loop. Then for each row, we will loop for j equals 1 until num call, and we close that loop. So now we have the two nested loops, and now we will check for each coefficient ij if it is smaller or is smaller in absolute value than the absolute value of the prescribed tolerance. So what we will do is use the if statement. If the absolute value of I, this is smaller than the absolute value of the tolerance, okay, so here we have to use a parenthesis, okay, so the absolute value of that coefficient is smaller than the absolute value of the tolerance, then we will increase the number of null coefficients. So num null will be num null plus 1. Okay, then else if the value of the coefficient ij is smaller, sorry, it's else if, okay, if this coefficient is smaller than the absolute value of the tolerance, then that means that the coefficient is negative. This should be, since this is a smaller than, this should be smaller or equal than the absolute value of the tolerance, then we have to update the value of the number of negative values. So num neg will be num neg plus 1. And finally, else if the coefficient is bigger or equal than the absolute value of the tolerance, then num pos will be num pos plus 1. Okay, sorry, here it's a mistake. Okay, so now, and this should be lowercase, num pos will be equal num pos plus 1. And then we have to close the if statement. So this is an example again of two nested loops with an if structure inside. So now we save this function and we run the main script. So let me put this here. And what we get is that in the first case, we have 10 positive coefficients with 6 negative coefficients and 4 null coefficients. And in the second case, we have 10 positive coefficients, 9 negative coefficients, and 1 null coefficient. Please note that the the unique negative coefficient, null coefficient in the last case is this one here, which is smaller than the prescribed tolerance, that is 3 exact significant digits. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for your attention and see you soon.